unboxing a brand new yo-yo. Well, a brand new yo-yo for me at least. It is a pay it forward yo-yo from Motion Yo-Yo. They are a boutique yo-yo brand that makes some of the most unique artistic style yo-yos I've ever tried. And today we're going to be trying out and unboxing the Motion Parallel, which is an undersized yo-yo. Gonna be super fun. Excited to give it a try. And I hope y'all enjoy. So thank you and welcome to the stream. How's it going? I do things. Welcome, welcome. We're in a different setup today as well. I'll be here for the foreseeable future for a couple of weeks, and so hope y'all enjoy the stream. How's it going, Connor? How's it going, Nate? Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody's having an awesome week. Where's the unboxing? It is right here. We are just getting started. So, how's it going, Josh? How's it going, Monkey Man? Remember our agreement? Let's get into this. Yeah, I like to sometimes give it a second for people to hop into the stream before I start the unboxing, just so I can make sure people that want to be here don't miss it. And we're 2 seconds in and I already cut my finger with scissors. This is why you gotta be careful, folks. This is why you gotta be careful when you're unboxing things. This is also why I usually use a pocket knife, which is a little bit safer than scissors, but it happens. Hope everybody's having an awesome week so far. Just trying to figure out how this box is even made, is even... Here we go. Now we're making some progress. We're getting there. We're getting there. You're 6, so you're going to watch streams instead of going to school. Oof. Tell you what, y'all. I need to be right back. Like, I'm genuinely, like, actually bleeding. So, 1 second. This is why you don't open a box with scissors. I'll be right back. Alright, apologies for that. Alright, this is why you don't open boxes with scissors. Do something safer than I did. So, today we got some interesting stuff in here. I'm going to pull it out and then we'll take a look at it here. Alrighty, so we've got the container It is the Motion Yo-Yo container. They always have these nice little containers for their yo-yos. It's very well packaged. And in case you weren't here at the very beginning, this is a pay it forward yo-yo, which is an initiative that is done a lot on the yo-yo expert forums, where a company or just a forum user will send out a yo-yo that is intended to be used throughout the community, and it's just sent from person to person to person. And today we're trying out the Parallel, which I'm super excited to try. It's an undersized yo-yo, an undersized bimetal yo-yo. It's got dark blue rims, bluish gray, with a reddish orange on the inside. And as you can see, it is a bit smaller than a standard yo-yo would be. So I'm really excited to try it out. I am a fan of smaller yo-yos, which is ironic because I play off string, which are very large yo-yos. And so let's string it up and give it a try. We've also got some other stuff in here we'll take a look at in just a second. Got a few different types of string. And we've also got a box for something. I'm not sure what. But we're going to give this a try and see how it goes. How's it going, Madeline? I have no idea who called it yo-yo, to be honest, but somebody did. Also curious what this box is for, but we will get there in a second. So, first off, let's try it out. It's a very fast yo-yo. Likes to move. Which is something I've noticed with motion yo-yos, is that like they can sometimes feel very solid, but then they really like to move fast for some reason, which like sometimes throws me off, but is actually pretty fun. Because like it has that solid feel that I really enjoy from a heavier yo-yo, while having the speed of a significantly lighter yo-yo, which is more common these days with bimetal yo-yos, since you can adjust the weight distribution a lot more exactly. Sergio, this is the Motion Parallel, an undersized bimetal yo-yo from Motion Yo-Yos. I've tried a couple of their yo-yos from Pay It Forwards. It's been a lot of fun. Good, how about you? Yeah, we're trying to keep it yo-yo related. Thanks, Jess, appreciate that. But yeah, first thoughts, this is slightly undersized compared to most yo-yos on the market at the moment, which makes it very easy for chopsticks, that's for sure. It's also like just a little bit more comfortable in the hand because its size isn't like unbearingly large, you know? It is a little bit on the slimmer side, which makes sense based on its diameter. And Motion doesn't tend to go for like super wide yo-yos anyway. They tend to be on the slimmer side for most of their models, which is a lot of fun actually. I feel like it goes to more of like an older school vibe, but also having more modern elements to it, hence the bimetal aspect of the yo-yo, which you can see on these rims. It's also got like really unique cuts on the inside, if you can see that, like those ridges. They always make it really like very aesthetically pleasing, which is a lot of fun. Overall, it's a pretty zippy yo-yo. It likes to move, but you don't necessarily have to push it if you don't want to, but you definitely could. Let's try it for some horizontal. How about that? Got caught on my thumb for a second there, but can still recover, which is nice. Not bad, not bad. Got some good stuff going on there. Can I make the yo-yo glow in the dark? I cannot, unfortunately. I don't have a black light on my person at the moment, but this yo-yo is also not really designed to glow in the dark, but the string could. I do remember Beyblade. Beyblade was a lot of fun. Yo, how's it going, Mac? You have to eat dinner, you'll be right back. Alright, we'll see you around, Des. Thanks for being here. How's it going? Hola. How convenient your name is hello in Spanish. I can just say hello twice. Awesome, so we tried some preliminary chopsticks. We've tried some speedy tricks. We've tried some horizontal tricks. Let's see how it does for grinds. Does really well for grinds, actually. Had plenty of spin to come back for that, which is exciting. Very catchable for whips, in my opinion. Although I also have been yo-yoing for a long time, and most of the yo-yos I grew up yo-yoing with were slimmer, like this one. And so I might just be more used to a slimmer yo-yo, to be honest. But I've been playing with the Dunkin' a Ball a lot lately, which is a lot wider, so I don't know. DNA with the new yo-yo. Oh, that's an interesting idea. You could try that. How's it going, Leo? How's it going, Martin? Early stream. It is an early stream today. We can try a DNA with the new yo-yo. It's a little unruly because, as you can see on the inside, it's kind of rounded up, which is kind of the opposite of what you want when you're trying to do the DNA. So it may be a little bit challenging to do the DNA on this yo-yo specifically, but it's also not really designed for it either. But I might be able to do, there we go. We'll take that. We'll take that. That counts. Yo, how's it going, Taylor? We got a Godspeed request. Let's give it a go. Trying to keep this Band-Aid on because I cut my finger opening the box for this yo-yo in the first like 2 minutes of the stream. Gotta love when things go wrong, you know. But yeah, we can give Godspeed a try. Let's give it a whirl. Trying to keep this Band-Aid on so I don't get blood on this yo-yo. That would be highly unfortunate. It's a very pretty yo-yo. I don't want to mess it up. Not bad, not bad. It's a very fast yo-yo. It's actually pretty good for speed. You recently got a new yo-yo and learned the DNA. That's awesome, Clumsy Claus. Congrats. Glad you're able to do that. The DNA is a fun trick. I like it a lot. It can be overdone at times, but it's a fun one. What is the best yo-yo that I have? It depends on what tricks you're trying to do, to be honest. If you're going for like really big zoning tricks, a wider yo-yo like the Dunkin' a Ball would be very good. If you're going for more techie tricks where you go in between the strings like that, the yo-yo like this is actually like really good. I actually really enjoy those like techier style tricks that go in between the strings in like more complex mounts. They're really fun to watch. They're a little tricky to do, but they're fun. I enjoy them a lot. Am I able to hold the yo-yo while it's spinning on my finger? Am I able to? This one, not so much, just because it has like the way it's shaped, it rounds up. And so your finger goes into this outer rim, which goes like and spins a lot, and so it makes it a little bit difficult to really balance it. But other yo-yos, yeah. Yo, how's it going, NC? Hit us with some singing tips. Well, I actually, believe it or not, I could give you some singing tips if you want. Because believe it or not, I actually do sing professionally in some chamber choirs where I live. So if you are interested in singing tips, I'm happy to give those. Do you have anything in particular you're wanting to learn? Yeah, didn't see that coming from a yo-yo streamer, did you? How's it going, Jack Space? Can I do the DNA? I did just barely, but we can get another one in here. You can kind of balance it. It's just a little tricky. Yo, how's it going, Taylor? But as for like singing tips, since you asked, Mike, I would say that most of the issues that people have with singing tend to be solved by one of a few main fundamental things. The first being your breath control, how you breathe in, how you breathe out, keeping that breath stream consistent. That's one of the biggest ones. Another would be tongue placement. So how far forward or back your tongue is in your mouth. In general, you want your tongue to be more forward for the most part, unless you're stylistically choosing it a different color for your tongue. And then the last would be vowel shape. So like again, like the resonate, like what you're trying to do is you want the inside of your mouth to resonate as well as possible, and so keeping your jaw open and making sure that the way that you form your vowels is with your tongue rather than like modifying your mouth just to make a different vowel sound. Those can all be helpful for sure. Thanks, Taylor, I appreciate it. How to get control over 2, maybe 3 octaves. So to get control over 2 and 3 octaves takes a lot of practice. I would say, especially if you're a male singer, I would practice a lot. I would practice, what's the word I'm looking for? Exercises where you start very high in your high falsetto and you come down in your range as opposed to going up in your range. I find it easier to start really high and to transition from a higher range down than the other way around. But in general, it's figuring out how to manage your break, which is generally where a male voice will crack, where it'll sound like, like that kind of a sound. It's figuring out how to navigate that. A lot of guys will try and raise their larynx, they'll raise their head, and it'll clench their neck, making it harder to hit those vowels or those notes, and harder to really transition through that break. The passaggio is technically what that's called, but so trying to maintain that relaxed larynx position while having good breath control and not tensing up will help a lot. And that's why I like to go from a high register down in a high falsetto, because if you go from a low register up, it's very common to really try and force it, if that makes sense. Can I do a tower rich? Yes, I can. Well, that was not the tower I was going for. That was a triangle. We'll try that one more time. Didn't think I'd be getting into vocal technique on stream today, but hey, it's fun. There's your tower. How are you so good at yo-yoing? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Can I do walk the dog? Yes. Not sure if it'll show on the screen or not, but yes, we can do walk the dog. How's it going, Mock Maggie? How long have I been yo-yoing? I've been yo-yoing for about 16 years now. Right now we are trying out a new yo-yo, the Motion Parallel, slightly undersized, very zippy, bimetal yo-yo by Motion, which is a really fun one. The smaller size, actually, you don't really notice it too much, even though it's like several millimeters smaller than most competition yo-yos at the moment. It doesn't feel super small. Yo, how's it going, Random Edits? Thank you, I appreciate it, man. How's it going, Alex, NC? There we go. Let's try that one more time. It was a little sloppy, but we'll try again. It does seem to kind of want to reject the string out at times, which is interesting. Could be good for some string rejection tricks. Like that one maybe. Oh, maybe it doesn't reject as much as I thought. I stand corrected. Maybe I just messed up. It's all good. Trying America's Got Talent. It would be fun. There actually have been a couple of yo-yo players that have done America's Got Talent. And man, this Band-Aid just does not want to stay on at all. There are a few yo-yo players that have done America's Got Talent. And they tend to be more successful when they combine something with their yo-yoing. So like, for example, one of them will do like breakdancing or flips or tricking. And he got really far into America's Got Talent. Shu Takada, he's incredible. One of the best 2A players ever, in my opinion. And an absolutely phenomenal performer, would definitely recommend. Have I ever tried a Duncan? Yes, this is a Duncan right here. I usually use it a lot on stream. But today we're trying a new yo-yo, so I'll be mainly using this one today. But I do use Duncan periodically as well. Yo, how's it going, Ava? Haven't seen those in a minute. Haven't seen what in a minute? Yo-yo tricks? Or America's Got Talent? Let's see. Close. Second try. We take those. How's it going, Ethan? Hope your stream went well earlier, man. It was exciting to see you making some progress. No. Did we get an axle knot? We did. That's okay. We get axle knots sometimes. Let's see if I have something to pull this out. Oh, no, we got it. What's the new yo-yo? It is the Motion Parallel. A slightly undersized bimetal yo-yo. It's very fun. You could never do those tricks. You'd be surprised how many tricks you could learn if you gave yourself like a few months or a year or so. You could learn a lot of tricks in that time, trust me. Have I ever tried the classic Duncan? Yes, I have. Normally when I teach new people how to yo-yo, especially kids, I'll use Duncan Butterfly XTs. But my first yo-yo was the Duncan Mosquito. I've used the Duncan Imperial and Butterfly before. I have a classic Coca-Cola fixed axle yo-yo as well too. So I've definitely used a bunch of the old school yo-yos too. Some Omega Raider, Fireball, all those. Looks like a doorknob a little bit. Yeah, it kind of does. A very fancy doorknob though. An artisanal doorknob. But a lot of yo-yos do actually kind of look like doorknobs, depending on how you look at it. You're impressed. The only one you're familiar with is walking the dog. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, yo-yoing has evolved a lot over the last 20 years or so. Like, it's grown a ton. So it's definitely grown a lot past the walk the dog. Your first was the Imperial. Nice. Imperial's fun. It's a fun beginner yo-yo. It's hard to do very many tricks with it, but it's very fun for learning the basics of like throwing the yo-yo up and down and learning loop-to-loop and things like that. You never knew those people existed. Well, now you do. Did we get another nut? Nope, we did not. Yeah, there's a whole world of competitive yo-yoing, believe it or not. And I also compete, actually. And this Band-Aid is driving me crazy right now. Yeah, it is super cool. Like, last year I went to the World Yo-Yo Contest as well as the U.S. National Yo-Yo Contest and competed at both of them. And it's yo-yoing is alive and well. Trust me. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on, and I'm really excited for this year as well too, because I normally do a style called off-string, competitively at least. And I learned a ton of off-string over the last year that I'm very excited to bring into the next competition season. So keep your eyes out for it. It'll be fun. I feel like this yo-yo is like the definition of a yo-yo that I would just like chill and vibe doing yo-yo tricks with. You know what I mean? What's in the little box? Oh, true. We haven't checked what's in the little box yet. We should do that. Let's find out. Is it an Olympic thing as well? Not yet, no. But maybe at some point. Here's the small hole for removal. There's something going on in here. Is it a counterweight, maybe? Oh, I remember what this is. Okay. So one of the forum members, he made custom, I remember now. One of the forum members that did the Pay It Forward before me made custom spin top hubs that you can put into the side of the parallel, so that you can play like pseudo spin top yo-yo with this thing. I have not figured that out, and I don't think I'm going to do that on stream today, but at some point I would like to give that a try because it would be really fun. But since I don't actually know how to install it, I'm going to hold off for now, but perhaps on the next stream, once I figure out how to use it, we can give that a try. But thank you for reminding me. I forgot about that box. And we also got a nice little note in here from Brian, who sent this to me previously. He sent in some extra strings. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Got a name badge. Oh, that's true. He made some name badges for me. How nice. Some graffiti style name badges. You love to see it. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I don't know what trick you mean by under the bridge. I'm not sure if I know that trick. Oh. Did I get a knot from a regular vine? Okay. I've at least stopped bleeding at this point, so we'll be fine. Let's just get this axle nut out of the yo-yo, please. We're so close. Why do we have a knot? There we go. We're good. We got there. We got there eventually. A sort of DNA. Yeah, if anyone can explain what the under the bridge trick is, I'd be happy to give it a try, but I don't know it offhand. Yo, how's it going, Domino Brothers? How's it going, John? Welcome, welcome. Trying out the motion parallel today. Overall, it's a really fun yo-yo. I like it. I can understand why, like, this is one of their more popular models that a lot of people seem to really like. I can understand why. I feel like it's not quite as, like, off the walls as some of their yo-yos tend to be. So I think it's a little bit more, like, in the realm of, like, of a more modern preference for yo-yo design, while still being smaller and not quite as wide as a lot of newer yo-yos. Trick where you make a triangle form and then he goes into the triangle. Interesting. How's it going, Ella? Let's see, so he makes a triangle and then the yo-yo goes into the triangle. Okay, so we have a triangle and then we go into and out of the triangle, kind of like that. Is that more what you're talking about? So we have our triangle, and then we send the yo-yo through the loop of the triangle to hop out of it. Not sure if that's the one you're talking about, but we'll take that. I feel like I'm still trying to figure out the pacing on this. It tends to want to go slightly faster than I want to at times. It's extremely good for chopsticks though, which makes sense because it's an undersized yo-yo. I'd be surprised if it wasn't good for chopsticks. That's literally like the defining factor of a good chopsticks yo-yo is having it be smaller. We got a request for reverse sprint stole. So so some of y'all reminded me on my last video with when I tried to do reverse sprint stole, is that I thought I landed reverse sprint stole. I landed a reverse sort of stole. I don't know what stole it was, but it was something. Oh no. It's like a sort of reverse stole. It's like a reverse, but it's still landed in the normal Brent stole mount. And I don't know how that happened. Like, I kind of know how it happened, because I was able to replicate it a few times. But, like, it is not apparently the original reverse sprint stole, because the original reverse sprint stole is supposed to, like, land in, like, a backwards triangle sort of thing. And it could be that I just, like, that I'm supposed to, like, I don't know, go some sort of cross arm thing, I don't know. But the way I did it was just to do something like this, but like, as it goes around to like move the string forward. But this method is not consistent at all, as you could probably tell. Anyway, that's not working very well, so it is what it is. How's it going, Suzuya? How's it going, Amy? I did under the bridge, correct? Sweet. Glad to hear it. Oh, I also realized as well that I've noticed that with motion yo-yos, my favorite style on most motion yo-yos tends to be 5A. I don't know if I have a counterweight on my person, but if I do, we'll give it a try. Saw another DNA request. 1 second. Gotta get this back under control because I missed the bind. Try that again. Had a little DNA going on in there. Yeah, no, there's like that little bump just makes it so hard to finger spin on this thing. But it's not intended to be a finger spin yo-yo, that's the thing. And this is kind of like the signature hub of the of motion yo-yos because they're not really intended for like finger spin style tricks. Like they're intended for like smooth, flowy, chill out kind of tricks, you know? So it is what it is. I also don't do that many finger spin tricks, so it's not a huge deal for me personally. But it's all good. Yo, thanks for the sub. Let's see here, Bakken. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the support. Welcome to the squad. One day I will figure out that shoot the moon for 1A. It's so hard to keep the yo-yo from like tilting into random directions when you go for that regen. It's far less problematic with 2A or with 4A. Did I get maximal? Yep, I did. No. Crap. One moment. Can I do the flying man or the flying triangle? I'm not sure what either of those are, to be honest. But I can try. I can try and infer what that means. The flying man or the flying triangle, eh? What could that be? Flying man's probably a flying man on a trapeze, if I was to guess. But what would the flying triangle be? Hollow purple. Not sure what that means either. But man on the flying trapeze would be that trick. But the question is, what would a flying triangle look like? I have a feeling a flying triangle would look something like this. Oops, popped out the wrong side of the triangle. Here we go. Where the triangle indeed flies. The hollow red. Is that the name of the colorway? How's it going, Gojo? Can I do the seasick trick? Yes, I can. I enjoy the seasick trick. It's very fun, actually. So I tend to throw it in the middle of my front style speed combo. It's a very fun trick. It's very satisfying. I also enjoy doing some side style variations of it, as well as from Double or Nothing. It's one of my favorite classic tricks. It's a fun one. Dang it, so close. I was trying to go for that whip bind. Can I do a trick like throwing it up in the air and spin it around? Like spin, like me spin around while it's up in the air, like it's up here, and then I like do a spinning trick while it's in the air or something like that? Do I speak Spanish? Un poquito. Not enough to carry on a conversation, that's for sure. Like there's one, like, I'm so bad at these spinning tricks, dude. There's got to be something there. I don't know. I've never really messed around that much with like over the head spinning tricks. At least not for Not for 1A. I have a little bit for 4A though. How's it going? It's a little bit. Good to see ya. Welcome back to the stream. Trying to see what kinds of different chopstick elements I can do since this is a smaller yo-yo. I want to like really hone in on chopsticks because that's like one of the defining factors of a small yo-yo is that it's good at chopsticks. Yep, there's the C-stick for you. And then also horizontal, or not horizontal, just side style. I wonder if there's a way that I could do like a slack aside from a tower. Is there a way you could do that? Where you could like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of if there's even a way to make that happen. Because I feel like you'd have to be able to fully let go of it from your throw hand and your non-throw hand to be able to pick it back up from the catch. Trying to think if I can figure that out. How's it going, Andrita? Honestly, that was a really good combo. Like, I'm glad that actually landed. I landed every trick except that last rejection. We take those. What about the round the world? Absolutely. Got you. Around the world. Kind of hard to see with this background. But it was indeed going around the world. How, you know how to do the DNA. Nice. It's a good trick. See if I can land it one more time. Yeah, close enough. Let's see here. So boom. No. Okay, so we go stole, hook, hook, around, dang it, around the neck, negative 1.0. Why is my string tension so bad? Something like that, I don't know. The flying trapezoid. The flying trapezoid. I mean, again, flying trapeze, but the flying trapezoid, what would that, what could that be? Because we've had the flying triangle, but I don't know how to make a trapezoid with, you know, at least not one that could be flying. How often do I yo-yo? Pretty much every day. I don't always stream every day, but I definitely yo-yo every day. But I am planning to go live Wednesday through Friday this week at 5 o'clock Central. So if you are interested in yo-yo tricks, keep that in mind. How often do I yo-yo? Like once a month? Oh, you yo-yo for once a month. Nice. How long do I yo-yo for? It really depends. On stream, usually like hour and a half. On my own, it'd be anywhere from like an hour to 3 hours, depending on how much time and energy I have. Especially if I'm like really trying to learn a new trick, or I'm trying to land a really difficult competition combo. It can sometimes go for a while I'm trying to perfect those. How's it going, Anonymous? There we go. Trying to see if there's some ways that I could like incorporate cross arm elements into my tricks, because I feel like I really enjoy doing that with off string. I'm just trying to figure out how I could do it with 1A as well too. Oh, maybe. Oh, I've got an idea. What about cross arm chopsticks? We're on a small yo-yo, cross arm chopsticks, let's go. Come on. Okay. That's kind of not really actually cross arm, but we're trying. Okay, so if we go here, and then we go here, how can we make this into a cross-armed chopstick? That's not a chopstick. Yo, how's it going? Flying trapezoid is the most advanced new trick. It's probably pretty hard. Do a DNA and a walk the dog. Oh boy. How about we walk the dog, and then we DNA. Boom. Back to back, y'all. I really want to figure out these like cross-arm chopsticks, because I feel like they'd actually be kind of relevant in off-string too. Because then I could have some different types of chopsticks for off-string that I could try. So the most natural one for me would be to do this, which is basically the same as when I do it this way, but from a cross-armed mount. That is harder to land, but it ends up in the same mount once I uncross my arms. How do you do that, man? So good. Yo, thanks, man. I appreciate it. The Zed Bubble Dragon. Been yo-yoing for 16 years, and I vibe and have fun. That's the goal. I come up with ideas, and I try and execute on them, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but we have a good time either way. Okay. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, so like, okay. Interesting. Okay, so if we go for this chopstick, cross-armed, it ends up back in the kamikaze style now. And if we go for the other side style one, we end up in like more or less ready to bind, like in a mount ready to bind the yo-yo. Interesting. Come on. Interesting. Now, what could I do from a cross arm on the other side? Other cross-arm chopsticks I could try. Maybe if we, I don't know, I don't even know how to begin doing this. There's got to be a way, dude. It's just so awkward. That might be one of those chopstick elements that just doesn't really work. Maybe it does, and I just don't know. I'm sure people have done it before, I just don't understand how it works at the moment. So if we go there, come on, the middle string, whatever, that works. Yo, how's it going, Tobias? Welcome, welcome. Ooh, that would actually be really cool. Let's see here. If we could figure out from here, you go boom, 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 and then land that in a chopstick, bro. That'd actually be kind of sick, not gonna lie. How to do the flying trapezoid. Yo-yo starts on the side of your body. Extend your index fingers of your free hand out. Strikes the string. Yo-yo does loop-de-loops. Interesting. We got some yo-yo trick creation going on today, both in the chat and on the live. If I can somehow figure that out, I'll make a short of it. How about that? How's it going, Bruno? There we go. Lost control of the yo-yo for a second there. Landing that cross-arm chopstick is a lot harder than I would have thought, even with a smaller yo-yo. Because like I don't know if I'm just like pulling the yo-yo too much and it hits my palm, or if I'm just not opening my chopstick mount large enough for the yo-yo to land in it. But we're getting better at it. Not gonna lie, I really want to figure that out for 4A now. Because like, I already have my standard like 4A chopsticks where I go on the outside and then on the inside. And I've got a couple inverted chopsticks I occasionally do. Like that one. And then, oh boy. Like that. Kind of hard to see, but that's the idea of what those look like in 4A. I'm trying to figure out some more options though, and I feel like that cross-arm one could be an opportunity, a very hard opportunity, but an opportunity nonetheless. Oh no. Did we get into a knot? Maybe. We might have, chat. We ended up in a sticky situation, but can we get out of it without a knot? Yes, we can. Boom. We take those. Almost immediately got back into a knot. How do you paste pictures? Like in the chat? I don't think that you can post pictures in the chat. You can put emojis in the chat, but I don't think you can put pictures in the chat. Yo, how's it going, Joseph? Welcome. Trying out the motion parallel today. It's a fun yo-yo. It like simultaneously feels like my vibe and not my vibe at the same time. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. But what I've noticed for me is that I tend to really enjoy motion yo-yos after a couple of sessions playing with them. Because it usually takes me a little bit to get used to them. And then once I do, I enjoy it. Like, I still enjoy it right now too. It's just like, it's one of those yo-yo styles that tends to like take a little bit more time to get used to. But when you do, they're really fun. I had the same thing when I was trying their centrifugal and then the perpetual as well too. That once I tried them again like a day or two later, I was like, oh yeah, this is a lot more what I was expecting or what I'd hope, because I actually understand how the yo-yo plays. What's the new yo-yo? It's the Motion Parallel. It's an undersized yo-yo, bimetal, a little bit on the slimmer side, but it's a really good yo-yo. I like it. Still getting used to the feel of it, but as with all new yo-yos, it takes some time to get adjusted to how it plays. Especially because I've been playing with the Evolve more lately for 1A. There we go, that's the rejection I was going for. It's quite a bit wider and then also a bit larger too, so I'm just used to that at the moment. Just a flying trapezoid a few seconds ago. You landed it? You landed it, or you want me to try and land it? Or did I land it? Yo, how's it going? Rosita. Fresita. A fun username indeed. Fun to say at least. Come on. There we go. Really ought to try some more grind style tricks with this yo-yo because it's so good at grinds. No. Surprised I landed that first try actually. I do not play Roblox very much, but I know a lot of people do. I landed the flying trapezoid. If you did you clip it? Because I must have missed it. Oh, smooth. Smooth. Dang it. No. There's a way that you can whip the string into the gap to go into like a perfect skybind, which is what I did the first time. Like that. Such a fun bind, dude. Such a fun bind. Favorite trick for dealing with string tension? Well, I mean, the DNA is definitely intended for string tension. My favorite trick that has anything to do with string tension other than that would be follow, which is this trick. If you're right-handed, this will loosen the string. If you're left-handed, it will tighten the string. It doesn't loosen or tighten it very quickly, but it's very fun. Yo, how's it going, Amir? Where you called that triangle shape with the yo-yo? It's called the flying trapezoid. Nice. If you can clip it, let me know. Because I must have missed that trick, not gonna lie. last time, Chopstick. Let's go. The thing I've also noticed with motion yo-yos is that each one of Motion's yo-yos I've tried has encouraged me in one way or another to try a different trick style than I normally do. So like with the centrifugal, for instance, I really went hard on like zoning tricks, and then for the perpetual, I went really hard on 5A. And so I think what it'll be for the parallel for me will probably be more on chopsticks. But we'll find out. But yeah, so far it's been a very fun yo-yo. I understand the hype. It's quite high performing, and you can hardly even feel that it's like undersized, to be honest. Like it doesn't feel small, but like it doesn't feel small. But when you try and go for tricks that require small yo-yos or like are easier on smaller yo-yos, it just hits the trick no problem. Yeah. And then it hits your arm too, because you do 4-bind techniques occasionally. Yo, how's it going, Abby? Welcome, welcome. The other thing I've been very interested with for Motion is that their yo-yos are surprisingly they're very stable, and so they're quite good for horizontal, even though they may not necessarily be as wide as a lot of yo-yos people use for horizontal. They're very stable, which makes it great for horizontal, especially if you're not into wider yo-yos or you just want to try something new. It's also very good for accuracy practice. But it's not like that slim, to be honest. It's probably like what, 42, 43 millimeters wide or something? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Can I do the DNA? I can. Oops. Let me try it one more time. Needed a slight bit more horizontal than that. Little DNA going on in there. Then we got a request for Godspeed as well. Can you help me figure out how to do the loops for Yuki Slack? Yes, 1 second. We'll do Godspeed and then yes, we can do that. Dang it. We were all the way to the regen part and then I messed up the regen. Alright, so Yuki Slack. So let's see, so you said that you can figure out how to do the initial mount but not the loops. Okay, so when you say that, I would assume that you mean the initial slack to double or nothing. So if that's the case, what I would recommend is that you keep that string pinched, and then as it drops, you want to line up your yo-yo to go with that string so that as it moves around, the slack goes with it. So keep your fingers pinched on the string the whole time. Let me make sure I have good string tension for this. But the idea being that it's a consistent motion, but I just literally never unpinch the string. And so every now and then I have a harder time with it as well too, and giving yourself an extra pinwheel to get into the slack can help as well too. So if I do it this direction, let's see if I can do it this direction. I don't know if this angle helps at all. So we go from boom, boom, boom. And basically you're just you're letting go of the slack as soon as you're yo-yo hits the slack, you let go of it with your throw hand and let the slack whip around. And then whenever you're done, you just drop the string at some point. But the idea is that as soon as you keep your fingers pinched on the string the whole time, and you let go of the slack as soon as with your throw hand, you let go of it as soon as your yo-yo hits the slack. Can I do a trick called rocking da baby? Of course. Rocking le baby, le bébé, right there. Spinning le bébé, binding le bébé. You're going to bed. We'll see you around, Abby. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. I hope that was helpful on Yuki slack. It's a really fun trick, but it can be tricky for sure. And an extra pinwheel or two can sometimes help in just lining up your yo-yo with the slack. So hopefully that helps. All right, we'll see you around, NC. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Appreciate it. I think I might also need to stop, need to head out as well too. So final thoughts on maybe not final thoughts, initial thoughts on the parallel. It doesn't play as small as you think it would, but it handles tricks that small yo-yos handle very well. So it's really good at chopsticks, but it doesn't feel overwhelmingly small by any means. It feels very normal in the hand. So it's a tasteful, undersized yo-yo size, in my opinion. It tends to play pretty quick while still feeling quite solid. It's wide enough that it's not going to really be a hindrance for landing tricks by any means. And overall, it's a really fun yo-yo. I like it. Great for techie tricks. And all around a fun yo-yo. So, hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Did I ever master that trick from Christmas with the off-string yo-yo? I do not remember which trick that was, but maybe. I will go back and check that stream and see. Was it a solo hum trick? Those are some sick tricks. Yo, thanks, Jack. I appreciate it, man. I'll go back and double check that stream just to see, because I don't remember exactly what trick I was working on in that stream. But in any case, it wasn't a solo hum trick. Okay. I will go back and check on that and see, because I have a bunch. Oh, the arm grind whip. I forgot about the arm grind whip. Thank you for reminding me. I will start working on that again. But yeah, in any case, have a good night, y'all. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out, and we'll see you around.